Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, Ethiopia's Prime Minister hoping billions of financial aid from the IMF soon. My. Because that's what true supremacists is doing. I'm going to get to the point why I make this, that relaying information on that part, or that comment, which is actually a logical one, by the way, on this, is that it was within, say, a few years ago, where the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, what was easily can be construed as a very negative insulting of American blacks in this video. And most people had not even heard of that. And this is why it is so poignant, as I always relay about timepiece purposes, right? I make this point on the hypocrisy and audacity relating to that video of Ethiopia's Prime Minister, and what, again, was easily can be construed as an insultingness to American blacks, right? But here it is on this topic, Ethiopia's Prime Minister hoping billions of financial aid from IMF soon, and a sigh. The audacity, right? But let me go ahead and just play this video. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and play this video. One moment here.
በጣም የተጎዳ የሚባል ማህበረሰብ ጥቁርና ጁ ነው። ሁለቱም ተገርፈዋል፣ ተጨቁነዋል፣ ታስረዋል፣ እንዳይሰሩ ሀብት እንዳያደረጁ ሆነዋል። ልዩነቱ ጁ ከሲቪላይት በኋላ ትንሽ መብት መታየት ሲጀምር ዘፈኑ፣ ግጥሙ፣ ፊልሙ፣ ድራማው ነው እንዴት ዓለምን ኮንከር ማድረግ እንደሚችል ኢኮኖሚክ ፓወር መፍጠር እንደሚችል ያስባል። ጥቁር ደግሞ እዚህ ላይ ቆሞ ትናንትና ተገረፉ፣ ገደሉ፣ እንዲያደረጉ ይላል። አሁን ያለው ትውልድ ትናንትና ውስጥ እንዲኖር አደረገው። እነዚህ ደግሞ አሁን ነገ ውስጥ እንዲያስብ አደረገው። 50 ዓመት አልሞላም ጁ ሀብታም ሆነ፣ ጁ ፓወርፉል ሆነ፣ ጥቁር ነፃ ደሃ ሆነ። ነፃነቱን አግኝቷል፣ መዝፈን ይችላል፣ ግን ደህንነቱን መቀየር አልቻለም።
The nerveness of being at that level and insulting American blacks. And again, the topic today is, right, Ethiopia's Prime Minister hoping billions of financial aid from the IMF soon, Sigh. Let me just go back over a few points of this on this, right? Give me a second here.
በጣም የተጎዳ የሚባል ማህበረሰብ ጥቁርና ጁ ነው። ሁለቱም ተገርፈዋል፣ ተጨቁነዋል፣ ታስረዋል፣ እንዳይሰሩ ሀብት እንዳያደረጁ ሆነዋል። ልዩነቱ
Hold on, let me go back. Hold on.
የአገዛዝ ስርዓት ውስጥ በጣም
So during the long lifespan of Americans' rule, the most victimized communities were the blacks and Jews. Here we go again. See, there are people who know what I'm talking about. Here we go. Blacks and Jaws people, right? Black and brown, black and Asian, black and Native American, BIPOC, right? Black, indigenous, people of color. Same old silly ass tactics, right? And this person can have a skin of black and not kin. And this is also a primary example, right? Where the world, anyway, we're in the toes tale where we say Jaws people. Where that again on 1600s? Let's see, minuscule numbers. So how can they be the most victimized? And they wouldn't even over in America like that in the 1600s. But American blacks was on plantations, man, still being lynched, segregated. Black women getting wrapped up. Black males getting buck break wrapped up. RAPE, right? But this foolishness, right? It comes out this particular prime minister's mouth on this. What's the insult, right? The most victimized. Where are the Jewish people in the Civil War? I don't remember there been a Jewish segregated unit. I don't remember the Constitution saying that Jewish people are 3/4 of a person. What kind of bull? I'm telling you, in millions of American blacks with the modern day, this allow people to even have the skin of black to insult them from various anyway. And those and that higher position too. Both have been tortured, oppressed, imprisoned, and denied the right to work and accumulate wealth. What in the idiotic ass hell is that? Again, who the hell was on the plantations? Huh? For 10 generations. 1600s. Where's all the Jewish people out? Minuscule. 1700s. Where's all these Jewish people getting denied the right to work and accumulate weight and oppressed in a prison? He's crazy. 1800s, right? Up until 1865, right? Was supposed to be the end of the Civil War. Almost 10 damn generations. Where's all this torture and oppression in prison of Jewish people? It man crazy. Right? The nerve that can be construed with this prime minister open his damn mouth and say this. This is why, again, it's so important to sit there and have time, peace, purpose videos like this, right? The nerve. Again, today's topic, right? Trying to get prime minister is wanting to get 10 billion of financial aid from the IMF. The nerve, right? The nerveness. The difference is when Jews began to have some rights after the civil rights movement. Who the hell started the civil rights movement? Jewish people? I don't think so, man. Their songs, poems, films, dramas. What in the hell are you talking about? He acted as if there was just millions of Jewish people out there and they was going through such a hell in the civil rights movement. Oh my goodness, they were getting lynched left and right. They were being segregated in Hollywood. Oh my goodness. Right? They were being Jewish faced. This dude is crazy. But this is the insultingness, right? That millions within American black allow people that have the skin of black, but ain't American blacks. Right? And especially in this situation, this guy's supposed to be the Ethiopian prime minister. This video was only but a few years ago. Oh, they talk about Native American. Oh, let me keep going. How the Jews would be able to conquer the world, how they would create economic power. Excuse me. Prior to that bad Hitler in Germany, find out what their economic power was, man. Is he crazy? An illogical conversation on that. There was no financial power like that. And higher parts of Europe were kicking number of Jewish people out different places for whatever the damn reason. Are they crazy? This is why, again, they wanted to have what? A state of Israel. This man is crazy. You see how they go? It's an insult to the American black ancestors, right? Of this insulting ass mentality on this. And see, I'll wait. But blacks still there lamenting yesterday, they beat us, they killed us, and so on. What in the hell? And you hear somebody, the oils of chocolate chuckling. I don't think it was damn funny. What? I don't think it was funny when Mussolini was doing his damn thing. Was it funny then? I don't damn think so. Right? The nerve. So black folks had just been lamenting for centuries. Getting bombed on, right? Getting lynched on. This is during the 60s, by the way. Right? Still going on, right? There are still black folks, American blacks, that still be getting lynched. Numbers of American blacks still be getting racial profiled, left and right. Right? Who is the number one? And see, somebody with the logical analysis will sit there and make him look silly as hell. Say, oh, okay, Mr. Prime Minister, that you've been here for several years. How, please show me where numbers of Ethiopians, I'm not talking about the good ones, credit given to the good ones, but they are minuscule in the U.S. They only make up a few 100,000, man. A few 100,000 in the U.S. Are you crazy? But at the same damn time, I don't want to go there. So the insultingness of this, right? So again, please show me where numbers of Ethiopians were getting, again, bombed, right? They were getting a medical apartheid left and right. Huh? Please show me they was getting redlined, right? They couldn't go to any kind of hotels and motels they wanted to go to. Huh? Please show me where they had a Little Rock 9 for the at the high school in Arkansas, right? When you had racial racism tariffs, they wanted to have black folks go to school, right? Show me what they was doing to numbers of Ethiopians. I don't damn think so. Show me what numbers of Ethiopians, that Prime Minister, where they had Selma, Alabama, the Bloody Sunday, when people walked across that damn bridge, when John Lewis, right, was getting his head bashed in, right, this going across the damn bridge. When Martin Luther King, right, they was trying to do their things for just trying to have American blacks be treated equal, and people he was getting bombing threats and stuff like that, right? Violence put upon him, right? Mr. Prime Minister, man. You see this insulting in part? The nerve. Let me fast forward this. So I get to the, let me go, hold on. So less than 50 years, Jaws became prosperous. Jaws became powerful. Blacks became free and poor. The freaking nerve. The people that helped build America right by what we call people within the Padamese culture. The three largest population in this country for centuries was what we call white, whatever that's supposed to mean, because you had people that immigrated under white, slid under the white banner. So we're going to talk about that. You had blacks, and which is monolithic. There's no different tribes and backgrounds and cultures and different things under the one black banner. American blacks is monolithic, man. Ethiopia has various type of ethnicities in this region and that region. The freaking nerve. Now, with that being said, look at this. We're talking about became free and poor. The most achievements in anybody in this damn country, besides ones within certain parts of Padamese culture, the major achievements. No one comes close to the American blacks, right? Is he crazy? Is he crazy? The most historical powerhouse people in this country is the American blacks. No, you don't have people trying to imitate numbers of personnel within various parts of Ethiopia. Again, I'm not talking about the good Ethiopian personnel. There are ones who know what I'm talking about, where there are sellouts and there's some gullible ones, there's some naive ones in Ethiopia, right? Oh, there's some good ones that know what I'm talking about. They say, yeah, you're right. You're right. So you see the nervousness of him to say this kind of stuff as if American blacks were just sitting around after the civil rights movement and was sitting there just being lazy. Let me sit there and show you something here for a second. Here, give me a second. So American blacks were just sitting there lazy. Look at this. Warning: mauling, drain, trucking, and delivery wagons not allowed in this park and are prohibited by city ordinance. Ben Campbell, mayor. Negroes keep out. Oh, I guess that makes no difference, right? Black folks, just American blacks, just sitting around, right? That was talking about Ethiopians, right? I don't think so. Let's continue to keep going on that. You see the nervousness, the nerve, right? The nerve. Let's continue to keep going here. Give me 1 second here. I guess this has to do Ethiopians too, right? And I guess black folks, American blacks, just sitting around waiting. Waiting room for colored. No one else had the number of segregationist Jim Crow laws put upon them more than American blacks, man. And again, relating to this particular topic, right? Ethiopia's prime minister hoping billions of financial aid from IMF soon. Sigh, you see the nerve, right? The nerve. Now, let me read some of these comments actually relating to uh, this right here. It said the majority of Ethiopians, but not all, because that's common sense, should be common sense, do not have any idea of Black American history. I live in Ethiopia and I am Black American. When I dialogue on this subject, they are completely in the dark, right? But you're from a historic great continent, right? And it's supposed to have never been colonized. But at the same time, the prime minister is asking Ethiopia's prime minister hoping billions of financial aid from IMF soon. Side, the nerve, right? But again, Ethiopia was never supposed to have been colonized. And don't get us started on talking about however number of the Chinese influxionists and however number of the Russians that are influxing Ethiopia. The freaking nerve of a prime minister, Ami Ahmed, to sit there and talk bad about the American blacks. The freaking nerve, man. Keep going. Many Jawish people who came to America changed their names and pretended not to be Jawish to avoid discrimination, which is something most American descendants of slavery could not do. But I guess he don't know that, I guess, huh? With that ignorance. Most Africans think this because Africa is incredibly ignorant concerning racism, talking about the ones it applies to. White people say the same exact thing about African countries being poor because Africans are just lazy or whatever else. And bam, home run. And unfortunately, this is certain numbers of Africans within the US and certain parts of Africa. They have the audacity to call black folks lazy when American blacks helped build this damn country before most even were alive. Anyway, centuries ago, before most even have an inkling in their mama's womb and their dad's sperm, what even thought of. How the hell you damn thought this country got built? Huh? By numbers of person of predominant culture, and that was it. Are you crazy? The nerve. What? It was built by Native Americans, what we call Native Americans. They was building all these damn places left and right. Huh? You crazy, man. Right? The nerveness. No one on the continent should be throwing stones. I love Ethiopia and its history and the history of the continent overall. But if we want to talk about poverty, they said, what's your GDP per capita again? Excellent point. Judaism is the religious, not Jew. Exactly. And you still got people still falling for this. Jawishism It's like the great Dr. John Henry Clark when he did a speech called "What Exactly Is a Jewish Person?" Right? What exactly is a Jewish person? Right? And again, when we say Jewish personnel, what does that look like? Who do they look like? Right? Because Judaism is a religion practiced by a number of the personnel within the Jewishness of the background. There are black folks who practice Judaism, right? Do you see how this game go? But of course, the prime minister is not going to talk about that, right? Because they know their place, right? The nerve of talking about American blacks. And how many American blacks were going over to Ethiopia or want to go to Ethiopia to help them fight, different things going on? But at the same time, where is this same reciprocity by numbers of Ethiopians in Ethiopia coming over to America saying, hey, we are here. Don't give me that outlier stuff. At the same comparison rate that American blacks were trying to go over, all went over to Ethiopia ready to go fight to help them out. Man, get the hell out of here with that stuff, what that prime minister was talking about, the insultingness. Another comment, you say yourselves, why is Ethiopia still poor? Bam! I was looking at the comparison, and they were talking about how like Texas, Oklahoma, it was some other place that they were saying that basically can fit inside Ethiopia. The two largest states in the two largest states within the continuous United States is Texas and California. So you're talking about Ethiopia is bigger than Texas, bigger than Texas and Oklahoma mixed in. It was another state. So, but 3 or 4 different states mixed in can fit inside one country of Ethiopia. The nerveness of that prime minister, Abiy Ahmed, to sit there and say that insultingness. Right? But at the same time, like this topic, Ethiopia's prime minister hoping billions of financial aid from IMF soon. The freaking nerve. Right? Continuing. Give me a second here. Perhaps I was being rash in my initial post. They've been sarcastic. I'm certainly that the 400,000 Ethiopians that currently reside in America, it's around that or a little bit less than that, which is a smattering of numbers compared to 40 to 40 something million, about 40 plus million within American blacks compared to about 450,000 or less than that of Ethiopians in the U.S. Are they crazy? The nerve. They say, I'm certain that 450,000 Ethiopians that currently reside in America and enjoy the privilege afforded them by American blacks or African Americans struggle. Yes, how many people do? Will write the Ethiopian prime minister and request that he recant and apologize to African Americans. Perhaps this will occur with people who do not even consider themselves to be African. Bam. But solely in large part consider themselves Ethiopians, right? That's right. How many people do that? Next comment. How many Jewish communities were burned down or bombed compared to the destruction faced by black communities? Exactly. He has the damn nerve to be that damn ignorant to that comment. Right? Oh, some major super scholars would made him look very foolish. Woo, they'd have broke him down. The great John Henry Clark, may his soul rest, he would have made him look stupid. The great Francis Cresswell to make him look silly. Even he's at an older age now. Even the greatness of Mr. Neely Fuller, a lot of people heard about him. He would have made him look very silly on that. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, we can keep going on that part of great scholars. Dr. Claude Anderson definitely would have made that prime minister look very silly to say something like that. Oh my goodness, the great Dr. Amos Wilson would have made him look silly, right? Again, the list goes on that situation. The nerve on that. Another comment. What policies have been implemented to assist the poor Ethiopians I will tell you what policies, mismanagement, corruption. Because how come Ethiopia can't defend itself after all this time? There is nothing that I can learn from any leader whose people don't have modern 19th century infrastructure, and it's the mid 21st century. Bam. Again, this is not about all. So we're not going to play the infantile tactic, right? This is not like all black folks, American blacks commit criminality. But according to some other people, you act like American blacks commit the most damn crimes, and they do not, man. But you got people that know they damn places. They won't talk about white or white crime. Huh? That is pretty messed up. They won't talk about brown or brown crime. Oh, we don't talk about that. How about numbers of Asian personnel that do Asian on Asian crime? Right? Don't talk about that. How about Africa on Africa crime? We don't talk about that. So the thing about it is, I'm gonna read this particular. Let me read this article because there was definitely some insultingness that this particular video was not shown too much. But the article, and finishing up here, Prime Minister Ethiopia hoping for Prime Minister Ethiopia hoping for 10.5 billion financial aid in coming years. Oh, but you want to talk? They want to talk about American blacks? Get the hell out of here with that game tactic, right? The freaking nerve of the prime minister, right? To talk about American blacks, right? The nerve. And it can't fix their own damn countries. The nerve of that, right? So the article goes in Addis Ababa. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said, well, anyway, at that particular time, he was expecting about 10.5 billion in financial aid in the coming years once the country wraps up negotiations for international lending institutions. Africa's second most populous nation, battered in recent years by several armed conflicts, the C-19 pandemic, and climate shocks, has been engaged in drawn-out talks seeking to secure a support program from the International Monetary Fund. Oh, wait a minute, but they can't sit there and have they have what these various other countries are surrounding because Ethiopia is landlocked. So what about that financial aid? Can they not get some from Somalia to the south, Uganda going to the west, South Sudan going to the east, North Sudan's going to the north, going back around the east is Eritrea, right? And then you got the Red Sea right there. So you got these countries, right, surrounding landlocked Ethiopia, Somalia, Uganda, South Sudan, North Sudan. Well, anyway, on that, Eritrea, and a little bit, up is Egypt. So where's all this different African unity over there at? Why can't Ethiopia get in contact with numbers of them? Huh? But the prime minister want to talk about American blacks, right? The nerve of him. The freaking nerve. There has been speculation that Ethiopia may have to devalue its currency. But prime minister is going to sit there and Abiy Ahmed insulted American blacks. The freaking nerve, right? He said that we have negotiations with the IMF and World Bank on a wide range of issues. Abiy said in an address to Parliament, adding that both Ethiopia and IMF are stubborn. The IMF don't need Ethiopia, man. Be all right. Several of our proposals were finally accepted, he said. When this process comes to successful conclusion and the reform is approved, we will receive 10.5 billion in the coming years. But at the same time, he wants to talk about American blacks. Man, you out your damn mind. How does that sound to some damn puppets?
I thought it was
I know the nerve of this prime minister, right? Talking about Ethiopian prime minister says African Americans have caused their own suffering in post-slavery America. The silliness that came out of his damn mouth is an insult, man. Continuing. According to the source close to the matter, the program currently being negotiated with the IMF concerns about 3.5 billion in financial assistance, and any agreement could result in the release of an equivalent amount from the World Bank. Ethiopia has about 28 billion of external debt and is also grappling with sky inflation and a shortage of foreign currency reserves. But again, the Ethiopian prime minister says African Americans have caused their own suffering in post-slavery America. Man, I'm looking at that nonsense. He said like this kangaroo, right? Like this kangaroo. Huh? I'm like, yeah, oh, you got your damn mind. That numbers of American blacks who know that no, like, is he out of his damn mind? Them gullible and naive don't get the concept. But it's like, you got all these problems going to Ethiopia. You got the influx of Chinese people taking over. You got numbers of Russian personnel doing their stuff over there. And it's foolishness that comes out this Ethiopian prime minister's mouth, right? To talk about Ethiopia, means that African Americans have caused their own suffering post American slavery. The damn nerve of him. He don't talk about Native Americans saying, "Hey, man, the white man took your land, but after that, you caused your own suffering at the post Trail of Tears." They said that? Hell no, he don't. No, he does not. Right? The nerve of him. Continuing, the landlocked country's credit rating was downgraded to a partial default in December by international agency Fitch after it missed 33 million coupon payment on a Eurobond. This is what true supremacists doing. They said, we got those versions of Negroes at that level. We got them. But Ethiopian prime minister says African Americans have caused their own suffering in post-slavery America. So you're talking about, again, American blacks make up only around 12 to 13% of the damn population, right? Been fighting for damn centuries. Ain't nobody gave a damn thing to American blacks. Again, I'm not talking about sellouts and gullibles, naivas and coons, unfortunately, but I'm talking about the collective. Nobody's fault like the American blacks in this country. Nobody. Right? Nobody segregated like the American blacks. You got people that, Irish need not apply. You got numbers of Irish people that became honorary numbers of person with Padang-based culture. Stop. Right? You can just stop with that bullshit. There's some Native American stuff. Stop. You got numbers of Native Americans, the ones this applies to, paid a few dollars and put themselves on rolls to be called Native Americans. Stop that bull crowd, right? You got Harvard numbers of Native American personnel who sit there and get reparations left and right. Stop. Right? You have numbers of Native Americans that were sitting there fighting other than what we call Native Americans left and right. French Indian wars and Comanches and Apaches, and you got all these different ass Indians fighting each other before. And how many modern day numbers of Native American people don't care about other Native American people? You can get the hell out of here with that game he was playing, right? So you can tell he didn't get with the right American black to put him in his damn place to checkmate his ass on that. Yes, it was very insulting. This is why, again, I want to do a timepiece purpose on this, right? Because did you hear a lot of numbers of Ethiopians say anything about this? No, you have not. And again, I'm not talking about the good numbers of Ethiopians in America who are doing a thing, but at the same time, there are numbers of sellouts and some coonish ones too within Ethiopians, right? And plus, you don't see numbers of Ethiopians jumping up and down with Kenyans and numbers of Ghanaians and numbers of Nigers, numbers of Nigerians, numbers of Sudanese. They stay in their own lane with their own people, just like other people. But some damn reason with American blacks, American blacks supposed to be, they can't be lineage based to themselves. They got to be for all people. I mean, you get the hell out of here with that damn tactic too on that. There are people that really do think that American blacks by the collective that damn stupid not to see this damn game people are playing. Right? It's just like the thing. I don't want to go. This two different things. Like the thing with the hip hop thing, right? The Latinos, you like what's Latino? This is Afro Latino people, right? And you got some coonish ones too in there too. But we ain't talking about the coonish Afro Latino people, right? And stuff like Afro Hispanics. But you got numbers of what they call white Cubanos and white Puerto Ricans, the ones applies to that have the damn audacity to sit there and be like they were in hip hop and created hip hop next to black and blacks. Oh, they crazy as hell. You be like, how in the hell did you get here to America? Right? So why is it there was no hip hop that was in Puerto Rico, right, in the damn 70s? Why wasn't no hip hop tennis in Cuba? Do you see how that shit goes? You see, and people just be insulting the hell out of American blacks. Now, now there are some things that American blacks, the ones that do this, I wouldn't be arguing worth nothing. I'd be like, that shit needs to stop. Right? So who the hell did this white Cubanos, the ones it applies to, white Hispanics, the ones it applies to, that got to sit there and try to put themselves in something that has nothing to do. And you got numbers of American blacks being constantly on the offensiveness, right? And then switching to defensiveness, always sitting out continuously trying to battle people, try to convince people. I'm like, man, the hell with these people who are sitting there trying to put themselves inside. You tell the people go to hell, the ones that keep trying to put themselves into things like hip hop, and say to hell with people like that who do shit like them that, right? You don't American blacks don't owe a damn thing to nobody else in this country. Nobody. Matter of fact, how many people owe American blacks for the black pain that American blacks have went through, for many people that have benefited and still benefit off American blackness, right? Don't get it confused, right? They can open their damn mouths up and speak about democracy and all this other stuff like this and how they came over here and they started. Let me get the hell out of here, man. Right? It's a known thing. It's a giggle fest that there are some people within certain culture and backgrounds who know that the Gov and other people programs have organization entities have given them damn money and resources to help their asses out. And how many are told not to really tell American blacks what we've done for them? Get the hell out of here with that damn tactic. Border breaker, illegal immigrant personnel, damn sure get all kind of programs and freebies and stuff like that. But American blacks are supposed to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You get the hell out of here. But I guess the prime minister of Ethiopia don't know anything about those kind of things, right? He can go somewhere with that damn game he playing, right? The nerve of him. They talk about how the 2-year conflict in the northern Tigray region, which ended in November 2022, which led to the suspension of numerous development aid programs and budget assistance. When he took office in 2018, Abiy pledged to embark on reforms on Ethiopia's closed and state-dominated economy, but little has changed since then. But he had the damn nerve to talk about American blacks. The effing nerve of that prime minister. This is why, again, I want to do a timepiece purpose on this. It was something else I wanted to read, a couple of comments, and I'm going to close the show up. Oh, there was an article just recently talking about at least 49 dead, 140 missing in migrant boat sinking off Yemen. The vessel had capsized on Monday. Today is July the 7th, 2024. They said the vessel that capsized on Monday was carrying some 260 people, mostly from Ethiopia and Somalia. In April, talking about this year, at least 62 people died and 2 shipwrecks off the coast of Djibouti as they tried to reach Yemen. Oh, it's all that in Ethiopia, right? But at the same time, they're trying to get away from Ethiopia. Oh, it's all that, but they allow Chinese people to go there and taking over different things in Ethiopia. Oh, it's all that that prime minister, right? Over there in Ethiopia, right? But at the same time, how numbers of Russia coming over and taking over. The freaking nerve. I'm telling you, American blacks about to stop allowing people to just bully them left and down right. It is an embarrassing to the American black ancestors who died for this damn country, who sit there and serve in this country and segregated ass damn units, right? Sit there fighting off Ku Klux Klan ass racial racism terrorists, like-minded ones like that. present day 21st century, you still got certain ones within certain parts of predominant culture in a daily basis who sit there had a hatred for American blacks. You have numbers of personnel from different other cultures who slide their asses under people of color banner, minority banner. You get the damn point, knowing damn well that, for without the American blacks, their asses wouldn't even be in this country, the majority. You see the nerve. I'm telling American blacks about to stop allowing people to push them around like this, man. It's a damn insult, right? It's a damn insult, man. Nobody else will allow this kind of bullshit stuff to be pushed over like American blacks are doing. American blacks are too damn collective, too damn nice to these other cultures who are pushing American blacks around. This one says, excuse me. In April, at least 62 people died in 2 shipwrecks off the coast of Djibouti as they tried to reach Yemen. Strong evidence that Ethiopia committed genocide. Talking about the people in that various controls now. Strong evidence that Ethiopia committed genocide in the Tigray War. A report says Ethiopia and allies had intent to destroy Tigrayans as an ethnic group and calls for persecution by the ICJ, right? International Criminal Court, basically, and stuff like that. The 120-page draft quotes multiple widespread and credible independent reports that Ethiopian forces and their allies carried out acts constituting the crime of genocide during the conflict, which ran between 2020 to 2022. The authors call for Ethiopia to be brought before the International Court of Justice. That was under this prime minister, right? This is under the prime minister's watch, right? This prime minister's watch, right? Ethiopia Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. This is under his damn watch. And you say if you start putting various regions, ethnics of Ethiopians side by side, for most people, they'd be like, I don't see a damn difference. Like some other different cultures and backgrounds, right? So this is internal Ethiopians upon numbers of Ethiopians crime against one another. But of course, see, other people, they don't like for the spotlight to be shined upon them on that. Oh, they don't like that. So continuing on that, it say Ethiopian forces basically deleted at least 45 citizens in Amhara. The rights body says the Amhara violence is Ethiopia's most serious crisis since a 2022 peace agreement ended war in neighboring Tigray. Ethiopia's federal security forces deleted at least 45 civilians in a massacre in Amhara state in late January. The independent state affiliate Ethiopian Human Rights Commission said on this Tuesday. So I'm just going to stop right here. I hope this was an interesting topic. It was just the most nonsensicalness that came out that prime minister's mouth on that, talking about American blacks, right? Yeah, I'm looking like the nerve, the freaking nerve, and it got held and hot water going on in various parts of Ethiopia, right? And like this article or articles relating to this topic, Prime Minister Ethiopia hoping for 10.5 billion financial aid in upcoming years. The nerve of that prime minister to talk about the American blacks, that it's basically they're the fault, right? They're the fault now. Their fault. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Their fault. Maybe it's your goddamn mind, right? Still, you have quite a number of American blacks are educated. You still have numbers of American blacks in vocations. You still have American blacks in businesses. You still have American blacks sitting there doing achievements. You still have American blacks sitting there doing their thing, being successful. Are you crazy? Ain't nobody. You got people ain't jumping up and down trying to say, hey, man, we're going to be like numbers of Ethiopians. Are you crazy? Right? There's no comparison to the American blacks in this country. Nobody compares to that. And for the things that American blacks have been through, you got people saying, yes, you're right. You sure right. The ones that do that, salute to them. They understand that. There are just things. I'm gonna start here. This thing, and it was one of the Godzilla, something King of Month, and whatever, it was something not too long ago, and somewhere at the ending, close by, something like, oh, I don't go now. So anyway, I don't go there. It was an interesting part, and this is one of those Godzilla movies that there was these other different monsters around, and it was at one point where they bowed to Godzilla's greatness. American blacks, the historical powerhouse, are great. The unfortunate thing, this system has messed up quite a number of modern day American blacks that have lost who they are inside. And this is what the system loves. So in closing out, I want to show this last thing from the great Malcolm X. And by the way, I'm not talking about from the great Haile Selassie and stuff like that, or the Church of Lalibela. These are great things. Ethiopia, beautiful people, beautiful women, some great people out there. This is not about them, right? This is about various others who know they are, that are coonish and some sellouts, and the ones have a vile hatred of American blacks, as if American blacks owe them any damn thing, and should be vice versa. And the last thing I was want to show, right, because this thing with the prime minister that showed was construed, can be construed as vile hatred coming from their mouths to sit there and blame American blacks, right, for their situations, right, as if American blacks just arrived over in America. Are you crazy? I wonder if Ethiopia Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed would be able to handle the greatness of Malcolm X if he was talking to Malcolm X in front of his face and saying that nonsense, or even MLK, right? Or even the Rosa Parks, or the Sojourner Truth, right? But let me play something from the great Malcolm X.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
Oh, well, I guess that Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed have no clue, right? Because they weren't brutalizing, this country wasn't brutalized people because they're Ethiopians. I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP Show.